Have you been wondering what to expect from education in this 2022? Well, you're in the right place to learn about the educational trends for 2022. My name is Max Quiroz from Max and Root Training, and I welcome you to this, our first video of 2020. Let me share our screen with you so that you can see the slides that we have prepared for you. As I was telling, today we're going to speak about educational trends in this new year. And the first trend that we have to take into consideration has to do with hybrid learning models. What is a hybrid learning model? I know when in 2020, when the pandemic hit the world, face-to-face training, face-to-face education ground to a halt because it was forbidden. We couldn't do it anymore. So we had to go and run to online and virtual learning. And that's what happened then. As time went by, as we understood better the new virus, as we got used to working in different environments, we shifted a little bit into a hybrid model where lots of things were done online or virtually. However, there were some activities that were done in a face-to-face setting. That's a hybrid model with face-to-face and virtual or online education. So we mix them together, we put them together, we use them both, and that's a hybrid learning model. What the experts are telling us is that this hybrid learning model is going to carry on through 2022. So we have to expect this. We're not ready yet to go back to a full face-to-face model. We still have to take it with some calm, with a grain of salt, because we don't know how this pandemic is evolving. Right now we're seeing Omicron, this new variant, and it has prevented us from returning to a complete face-to-face model because it's very contagious. So we must keep doing this keep using this hybrid learning model where we have an online or virtual component and a face-to-face component. That's trend number one. The next trend that we are expecting to see continually during 2022 has to do with extended reality, or XR as it is called. We heard about virtual reality, or first let me rewind. We've heard about augmented reality, where with your phone or tablet, you aim it at a QR code or a barcode, and it automatically opens a website or a video or an audio for an object or a place. This is especially helpful, for example, in museums, where you can get much more information from a display or from a site that you're visiting, and you can get lots of information from the site through your device. That's augmented reality. Virtual reality is interacting with digital content in a different way through a much more advanced device like this virtual reality headsets that we see in the picture. And we were used to that. There's some games, there's some activities that you can play in virtual reality. Now, what we are expecting to see is extended reality. And what is extended reality? I'm sure you've heard from Mark Zuckerberg when he announced that Facebook was going to change its name to Meta because we were going to interact in a metaverse. And that's exactly what extended reality is. It's an extension of our real world through digital materials. And we can interact in that extended reality through different gadgets and devices. And extended reality encompasses virtual reality and augmented reality. And some people, they're also what they call mixed reality, that's a combination of both. But extended reality is the future, and we have to understand how it works and how it can help us. If you haven't dived into virtual or augmented reality, now it's the time to do it, because in 2022 you're going to hear a lot about extended reality. The next trend has to do with something that it's separated from technology, and that is soft skills training. This pandemic has put more strain in us, in instructors, teachers, students, participants, and we were strained, relationships were strained before the pandemic. Now, with the pandemic, things have reached a new level. So we have to learn how to deal with these situations. We have to learn how to be good leaders, how to communicate effectively, how to work in teams, how to develop teamwork. And those are things that are called soft skills. It doesn't have to do with technology, it doesn't have to do with science. These are things that we must learn as human beings, how to deal and how to relate to other human beings. Those are the soft skills that we must learn and develop, both as instructors, teachers, and facilitators, and as participants and students. So we must develop these soft skills in everybody that is immersed in an education setting. That's fundamental. That's something that we will be hearing a lot from in 2022. So be on the alert to develop and put an emphasis on developing your soft skills. The next trend has to do, it's called microlearning. And this trend, I love it because it says if you have a minute, a free minute, you can learn something. And that's right. Sometimes we are stuck on a queue in line for some kind of paperwork that we have to carry out in a government office or banks and everything, and we have free time. Instead of scrolling endlessly through our social networks, we could be using that time to learn something new. And that's the concept behind microlearning. If you have a free minute, you can use that time to learn something new. So, as teachers, as course developers, as content developers, we must adjust the dosage of our contents. So we have to do smaller and smaller chunks of learning materials so that our students can interact with them and consume them wherever they are, whenever they want to. And that's the concept, that's the theory behind microlearning. It's great because people are really, whenever they want to learn something, they go to YouTube, and you have seen it, you have experienced. If the video is too long, people just log out. They want short things that very fast can teach them how to do what they need to learn to do. So that's a trend that we will be seeing a lot in 2022. When we talk about learning analytics, the next trend, I am reminded of the Hansel and Gretel story. This couple of kids went walking through the forest and were leaving breadcrumbs behind them to know the way back home. Well, whenever we are interacting with content on the internet, we are leaving breadcrumbs. That's data that we're leaving behind. We're leaving digital breadcrumbs behind us. And we can use that information, that data, to learn about people, what people are doing. And this is especially important when we're talking about our students or participants. We have to learn what they're doing in order to adjust in order to personalize, as we will see in the next trend, and the learning experience for them. Everybody experiences the content differently and reacts to the content in a different way. So we must learn how they are reacting, what they're leaving behind, what data they're leaving behind, and we can use that learning data to help them learn better. That's the ultimate goal of learning analytics, to see how we can optimize our learning process for our students or participants. And that's what we should do with learning analytics. And that takes us to the next trend. The next trend has to do with personalized learning. Everybody learns in a different way. And this is one of the biggest trends that we will be seeing, because artificial intelligence will be working hand in hand with the content developers in order to provide personalized learning for each student. What happens with AI? We go into a site and the site learns what we need. And the next time we go into that site, it presents and offers us the things that are really important for us and fit for us. That's the famous algorithms that we see on the social networks and everything, where we see content. One day we're looking for this thing, and the next day it pops up everywhere we're looking into. So that's exactly the power of AI and the algorithms. Our students will be able to have personalized learning, and that's some of the things that we need to learn how to do that. And finally, although this is not something new, and this is something that we've been carrying on for 2 years now, online learning is still a trend in 2020. Why? Because we don't know what's going to happen with COVID-19. We don't know when this pandemic is gonna end. Many people are saying that it will take a long time. I don't know. I'm not a doctor or an immunologist to know how long it's gonna take for us to return to normal life. But what I can tell you is that we still have to use online learning. So we have to prepare ourselves, keep preparing ourselves to cope with this situation, to be able to provide the best online learning experience for our participants. So those are the trends that we must expect in 2022. I hope this video is helpful for you. I hope this information will allow you to make better decisions, to adjust everything that you're doing to help your participants and your students. Please don't forget to click on the button that you see on the screen to subscribe to our channel, so that, and activate the bell, the notifications, so that you get notified whenever we upload a new video to our channel. I hope, as I was saying, I hope this is helpful for you, and see you in the next video.